shown. There's not been violence. There's been no violence.
The violence in Karachi.
But Karachi, it was the government.
But that's what he's saying.
It was Musharraf's own ladlas, whom he defended.
But that's what he was saying.
And I mean, I would have thought a person like Mushahid Hussain would come out straight and, really take a position on that.
Day in the history of
no.
You have to. We said it there.
That's another thing. He said you should have come out. You've kept a very low profile through all this.
No, I've been speaking my mind where
but you're very low profile. I mean, the people you see are...
This is a judicial issue. This is a legal issue. This is sub judice. This is before the courts. We speak on the issues regarding the party and politics. I gave statements in Parliament also, and I've been speaking on that.
But on television, you've been very quiet.
Mushahid, like many other ministers and senior members.
I'm not a minister.
I said, and senior members. You tend not to listen. I was about to say, and other senior members of the Pakistan Muslim League Q have in recent 3 months been bunkerized. They've just sort of gone underground. They don't take their head out of the ground.
Out of the foxhole.
Out of the foxhole. And
are you bunkerized?
More openly than they can speak in their own party.
Not good.
We may be a Sarkari party, but we don't say the Sarkari such.
You don't say the Sarkari line?
We speak up.
But are there divisions in your party? Because there appear to be, at the moment.
There can be an in-house difference of opinion on issues. That means the party is alive. It's not a one-man show or a one-woman show or a one-person show. People speak their mind. They may have a different opinion on issue A, issue B, and that's, I think, what it should be in any democratic institution. And people have a certain view which may not correspond to, say, the official view at a given point in time. Fine.
But the difference of opinion is such that they had a difference of opinion at one time with the opposition for taking out rallies in support of the Chief Justice. And intense, everybody was criticizing. Until Shujaat Hussain himself took out a rally in support of the reference and against the Chief Justice. And then they, including my friend Mushahid, supported and tried to fill up the rally in Islamabad that General Pervez Musharraf addressed exclusively of Pakistan Muslim League.
You got it wrong. I was out of the country. I was leading a multi-party delegation, including your party Secretary General, Raja Pervez Musharraf, and including the PML and Vice President. Projecting the Kashmir facts wrong. Sorry, you got your facts wrong. I am in Brussels projecting the Kashmir before the European Parliament.
Permit me to come to a particular conclusion on this statement of yours. See how vehemently he dissociates himself from the Muslim League Q rally. How willingly, how quickly.
This is today you're a politician, not a lawyer.
If you get your facts wrong, and if you're doing in the courtroom, God help your client. So I know you don't get your facts wrong. Please, the facts should be said.
I think
this statement. I'm setting the record straight.
All right, this is bunkerized mentality.
I think he just got you there. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. So he's bunkerized, but you've had a very high profile. So how has it impacted your position in the party?
He's upstaged his own leader. And she's worried, I'm sure.
I think he's upstaged everybody these days.
I believe he's forming a political party along with his client.
But it's his turn to speak now.
Okay. Over to you.
It's quite amazing how, dreams, daydreaming chief ministers and PMLQ leaders are sort of visualizing me or somebody else forming a new party. They've already named it Shujaat Hussain and Arbab Rahim and Parvez Ilahi, and now today my friend.
That's what I've heard in newspaper reports.
And no, but these are statements made by Shujaat Hussain, a statement made by Arbab Rahim, a statement made by Parvez Ilahi, as if I would go and confide in them personally.
Maybe they want to join.
And they say he's forming a justice party.
Actions speak
I have applied for my party's ticket which is the Pakistan People's Party ticket for NA 124. I hope I will get that from Lahore, and already applied for it. If I
election of the General Musharraf, you mean, in the forthcoming period?
Let's get to the election in a minute.
Let me explain that also. In 1970, when the elections were held under General Ziaul Haq, General Yahya Khan. After that, in the Asma Jilani case, the late Manzoor Qadir was arguing this point that the assembly, Yahya was a usurper, and everything he did was a usurpation. At which Chief Justice Hamudur Rahman, and this is contained in the judgment, Hamudur Rahman asked him, but Mr. Manzoor Qadir, you know the consequence of us declaring him as a usurper means that everything that he has done, including holding elections, including this assembly that is now in place, would be declared to be illegal and unconstitutional. Mr. Manzoor Qadir said,
famous statement.
He said, my lords, as long as the people give the answer, it matters not who put the question. Now, it will matter not. And we are not going to abdicate necessarily merely because Pervez Musharraf holds the elections. We will of course decide it at the appropriate time and see what the right strategy is, but we will not necessarily abdicate, and that does not mean that we are legitimizing Pervez Musharraf. Who puts the question is irrelevant. We seek the answer from the people.
So you're legitimizing the people.
Agreed. That's the best way out.
Okay, so now you have your answer. Imran Khan has the Justice Party, just for the record. Yeah, that's his party, so I don't think that he could do that anyway.
Also, I feel that in this situation of the Chief Justice, since we're talking about this campaign outside the courtroom, I do find a certain kind of moral arrogance developing, bordering on intolerance. That, okay, if somebody is not with the Chief Justice, somebody say with the government. Now, if Mr. Wasim Sajjad or Khalid Ranja are lawyers for the government, right or wrong, you can, but as Voltaire said, I will disagree with every word you say, but will defend to the death your right to say it. They said, no, how dare you do that? There's a PTV cameraman who's taking a shot. He's physically thrashed. There's a judge in Sargodha, Farzana Bashir, she gives a certain judgment. The lawyers shout her down. I mean, this kind of intolerance for the other point of view, I mean, this is totally unacceptable in any democracy. Even rapists, even
is it a result of our system?
No, I'm just saying, even rapists and others have lawyers, terrorists have lawyers. He was a lawyer for Admiral Mansoorul Haq, who was known to be a corrupt guy once, but he has the right. Every client has the right to have a lawyer, an advocate. But this kind of moral arrogance that.
No, but I think
I